Under the pale light of a blood-red moon, a single needle pricked through the silence. Its silver glint caught the firelight as Aveline, the seamstress of Durnhold, bent over her work. Her stitches were perfect, each thread weaving patterns so fine they seemed almost alive. But no one in the village dared wear her creations anymore. They whispered that every dress she made carried a curse beautiful garments that brought sorrow, misfortune or worse to their owners. Aveline's fingers trembled slightly as she worked, though not from fear. Fear had been burned out of her long ago, replaced with a heavy sadness she carried in every breath. The curse wasn't of her making, but it was hers to bear. Years ago, Aveline had been the pride of the kingdom's court, her gowns gracing queens and noble women. Her talent was unmatched, but so too was her heart. She stitched dreams into fabric, each thread humming with warmth and hope. But that all changed when she refused to sew a wedding gown for Lady Seraphine, the king's jealous advisor. Aveline had discovered the marriage was a political trap meant to destroy the prince's happiness. Her refusal cost her everything. Seraphine, humiliated and enraged, accused her of witchcraft. Curses, Seraphine whispered into the ears of the court, and the lie clung to Aveline like soot. The punishment was swift, banishment to a small village on the kingdom's edge, where the villagers kept their distance and watched her with wary eyes. Now, in the quiet of her workshop, Aveline stitched not for gold or glory but for survival. She made simple garments for those who dared to come, though they often left them at her door, never looking her in the eye. But one cold winter's evening, a knock broke the usual silence. When she opened the door, she found a young girl named Leora shivering in the snow, holding a torn dress. It was clearly a hand-me-down patched many times before, but the tear was too large to fix easily. Aveline saw the girl's eyes, kind but tired, holding the same quiet sorrow she herself carried. "Please," Leora whispered. "It's for the festival tomorrow. I don't want to look invisible." Something in those words pierced Aveline's heart. She welcomed Leora in, setting aside her own fears of the curse. As she worked, she noticed something strange. Her stitches didn't hum with sadness this time. The threads shimmered faintly, as if warmed by hope instead. She gave the dress back, transformed with careful embroidery and soft silver thread that caught the light like moonbeams. Leora's eyes lit up, and for the first time in years, Aveline felt the warmth of gratitude rather than suspicion. The next day, at the festival, people stared not at Leora's misfortune, but at the beauty of her gown. Whispers spread, but they were different this time. It wasn't long before others came to Aveline, cautiously at first, asking for her help. Each time she sewed, she poured kindness into her work, and with every stitch the so-called curse seemed to weaken. Dresses mended hearts, cloaks brought confidence, and tunics gave courage. The magic wasn't dark at all. It had always been the echo of the seamstress's emotions, twisted by the bitterness of her banishment. One evening, a cloaked figure arrived at her door. It was Lady Seraphine, older now, but her sharp eyes still gleamed. She revealed that she had been ruined by her own schemes and came not for vengeance but for a favor. Her daughter was gravely ill, and Seraphine begged Aveline to make her a gown to give her hope. Aveline's hands froze. This was the woman who had destroyed her life. She could have refused, turned her away into the snow. But looking into Seraphine's desperate eyes, she saw not the powerful advisor from the past, but a mother on the brink of loss. Aveline agreed, but with a single condition: "I will sew this dress, and with it I will sew away the curse. But you must promise to speak the truth about me to the kingdom." Seraphine hesitated, then bowed her head in shame and agreed. Aveline worked through the night, her stitches softer than they had ever been, each one carrying forgiveness she didn't know she was capable of. When the dress was finished, Seraphine left in silence. Weeks later, a royal decree arrived, clearing Aveline of all accusations. The court acknowledged her innocence, and the villagers celebrated openly. Aveline's shop became a place of joy. Once more, her so-called curse transformed into a blessing. She realized that her true gift wasn't just in sewing fabric, it was in stitching together broken spirits. Her story became a reminder to everyone that no matter how deep the wounds, Kindness and perseverance could mend even the most frayed hearts.